a lot of movie franchises suffering from sequelitis. Of course, Terminator tries to take back its franchise with Terminator Genesis. Genesis. Whatever. Here's my review of Terminator Genesis. Roll the intro. Hello once again, people of the internet. Time for your dose of me, AI. It's time for a movie review of Terminator Genesis. I'm going to tell you the good, I'm going to tell you the bad. Let's start with the good. Here's the good. There's a lot of good action in this movie, actually. They kind of, nothing new, like nothing, oh, that was a really cool action scene, but pretty generic stuff, like as you see from the trailer, because the trailer showed you everything. You know, they flip a bus, which was pretty cool. I don't understand why you needed to flip a bus, but hey, that happened. What I also like about this movie is that it does try to change up the franchise a little bit by doing two timelines, which I won't get into too much because I don't want to do any spoilers or anything. But I do like how in the beginning it does take you right off the bat that it does follow Kyle Reese, and that you do see the actual time machine, and you do see the Terminator go back to 1982 to get Sarah Connor, blah, blah, blah. You know the story on that part. What I do like about this movie also is Sarah Connor, the actress who played her, which I cannot remember her name. I'll put in the annotations here. She's from Game of Thrones. She plays Khaleesi. What she does as a young Sarah Connor is actually quite fascinating. As you know from the trailers, because again, it spoiled everything. She isn't just some lonely waitress, you know, who needs help. She is a badass. Because, of course, Arnold, who plays the Terminator in this one again, you know, reprising his role, does come back and raises her as a child, so she's more of a badass, if you will. Like again, she's a strong female lead. You know, she doesn't have to worry about Arnold, you know, taking care of her, Kyra's taking care of her. She can hold her own. Like she could totally kick my ass. You're not saying I'm like strong or muscular or anything. She's like, no, she could totally kick my ass like really easily. Like oh hey, Sarah, cut. Here's the bad. There's a lot of bad in this movie. I'm not gonna go too much into detail because this movie could go on for 10 minutes. The fact that the CGI is not good. You know, you have the T-1000, you know, the liquid metal Terminator. You know, he looks the same as he does back from the 80s. And I don't know if they did that on purpose to get the more nostalgia feel of it, to try to coax you into liking the movie more. But if you have the technology to make it look better than what it did in 1980s, then why don't you take advantage of that? Make it better. Don't even do the T-1000. Do a better, another robot. And that's what they did. They gave us John Connor as the T-3000. This is not a spoiler because you see it in the trailer. I'm not going to tell you how that happens. It's actually kind of smart about how they did it. Do I agree with it still? No. But, you know, it's just the trailer showed us everything. Everything you see in the trailer is basically what you see in the movie. Now, what you don't see in the trailer is what they did with Matt Smith, which I was really disappointed with because they took such a great actor from Doctor Who and made him just kind of generic bad guy. You know, I'm not going to say, oh yeah, spoilers, he's a bad guy. You gotta watch, I gotta say, you gotta watch this movie. I'd say watch it from Matt Smith. So just get on Blu-ray, watch the beginning, watch the end, and then just return it to your local Best Buy or whatever, wherever you got it from. Jai Courtney as an actor is not very good. You know, he's kind of stiff. He's like, oh, Sarah, I'm going to save you. Oh, no, look, there's an explosion over there. Oh, no, John Connor's chasing us. He was super dull and just not entertaining at all. Actually, I gotta say, just to run back to the good, I'm actually going back on a review here, you know, going back in time, if you will. The good thing I like about this is Arnold. Arnold was really good. He plays a Terminator. How do you play a Terminator? You be super tall, super muscular, you talk in weird sentences. He has a couple good funny lines, I have to admit. They do kill this one joke throughout the entire movie at least 4 times. Just as many times as they replaced the actor to play John Connor in this Terminator franchise. That's so many times they use that joke. You'll see if you see the movie. What else I don't like about this movie, just to get back into the bad, is the fact that they just set it up for 2 more sequels. And I'm not going to say how they ended because of spoilers, and I really try not to spoil anything here, even though I did a little bit in this review. They literally drive off into the sunset. I'm not going to say who, but it totally sets up for another Terminator, which, as we know, there's going to be at least 2 more. But I got to say, it's just a generic action movie at this point with Terminator. And I don't think Terminator should be a generic action movie. Terminator 1 and 2 are phenomenal movies. I like the second one more than the first one, like everyone else does, I have to admit. You know, they could bring back James Cameron just to get the just the real feel of Terminator again. To end this review here, I give this 5 somewhat working Terminators out of 10. Again, this isn't a horrible movie. I've seen much worse, but if you're gonna go see this movie, see it on HBO or something. Don't go out to the theaters or buy it on Blu-ray. If you read the reviews, they're right. Everything that's said is right. It's predictable. It's boring. I didn't really like it. It gave me a headache. To end this review here, remember to like and subscribe to the channel if it's your first time here, and write in the comments if you agree with me. If you disagree with me, let me know. If I agree with what you said, I'll make a video about it saying blah 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 corrected me. I'll see you guys in the next video. Beanie Income. Remember to stay safe out there. Bye bye.